Hey Ryan, how are you doing tonight?
Me? I'm uh I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Oh, good. I don't know if you can tell what I have next to me here.
What are
Uh,
you for the people that are just listening, what are you doing?
so I have a stack of paraphernalia here. Um, is that the word? Um, I do not have, well, all these Dune puns that we could have. So I have
Is that
Dune.
Arrakis?
I'm just going to go right through it.
Okay,
We're going to
yeah,
start
yeah.
at the top. We have Dune, Ixians, and Talaxu. So if you like your clones,
Yeah.
there you go.
I
Right?
haven't read that far yet.
Okay.
Spoiler
And
spoiler alerts.
spoiler alerts. I will try not to give too much away. And then, so that goes with the original game reprint that is same um, design responsibilities as some wonderful games that I am now forgetting the names to from the 80s, though. Great game.
Gale Force 9 reprint.
No. The original game. Okay, so we have lots of things to talk about, but
Yeah.
there's that game and that expansion, and there's another expansion coming soon for that. Just giving you more options for different factions, right?
Gotcha.
That game's insane. And then we have Dune, a game of conquest and diplomacy, which is the new 2 to 4 player version of the original game. Because the original game is like you need at least 3 players, and it's really best with like 5.
Yeah.
So it had. Oh, this is cool. I'm going to be making a video on this one soon. But the map is basically the original map, just like tweaked.
Oh, really?
So,
With the big circle? Oh, and but it doesn't look like a giant trolley. It looks. I wanted the original Dune game. Like I've been following them on eBay. God, I can't imagine how much they are now. But when they were
they came down a lot after this one came out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I wanted because they were ballpark like 100, 150, but and I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah, they used to be like 2 to 300, which is where Rex Imperium is now, which was the kind of in between this reprinting and the original. That game came out and had the design license for a couple of years from Fantasy Flight, and it is set in the same universe as
How much is Rex Imperium right now? I see my copy.
Way too much money. Like,
do you want to flip that on for me on eBay for me? I got to buy a paw tree.
I mean, I can help you out with that if you need.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it from me. I would love to have a copy, but
no.
Yeah, I don't pay big money for games like that. I mean, it's fine, I guess, if somebody wants to.
I mean, I liked it, but I only got it because I wanted to play Dune. Yeah. I wanted to do it. Dune.
Yeah.
Dune.
And then you played this one.
I've only played that on Tabletop Simulator, which was not great.
Yeah, we need to play it again. So this is Dune Imperium, which is I have enjoyed it at every player count 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it's deck building and worker placement, and it has an expansion, Rise of Ix, coming out for it, I think is what that one's called. And then this is my least favorite. This should have been a much smaller box. Portal, you did okay, but there wasn't as much stuff in here as the detective games, and that kind of made me sad because this is such a rich world. But this is Dune House Secrets, and it's basically like the detective or like Exit. I mean, it's by the same people who do the detective game.
Hold it up higher. I want to see the bottom. Okay. Oh yeah, look at that, Timothy.
Yeah. So all the Dune games here, I will just do quickly my personal rating, having only read through the rules of one of them, but played the rest. Okay. I know there's also Dune Betrayal coming, which is like a 2-player game. I think it's a 2-player game. I don't know. It's one that I don't know.
As the Quizette's Haderach, I expect your observations of the game to be truthful, both now and in the future and in the past. Well,
unless, of course, the person who designed that other Dune game is taking a bunch of spice, then I can't see their future lines, right? Too. So for
true.
those who are listening who have no idea what's going on, Dune and spice and all that is about like being
melange.
Yeah, to see the future. I don't know. I'm not going to explain it all. Just watch the movie. My favorite is still the original game, followed closely by the Dune Imperium. I think Dune Imperium is a fantastic game. I've just had some special experiences with the original game. Like, it brings out the best and worst in people, and like, it definitely is one of those things where you get done and you're like, I can't believe that just happened. Somebody just made an alliance and kicked me out of the game, and that's terrible, but it's also like memorable. So I love a game like that.
Bene Gesserit in the original game, they win if they at the beginning of the game write down the faction that they believe will win, and if that faction wins, they win, right?
Right. They can sneak out the win from underneath them, or you can just like pair up with somebody later on the game because you're losing, and maybe somebody's in second or third place, and so you help them like take the win. Like, it's just nuts and terrible, but in the best way possible.
I mean, that's why I bought Rex Fall of an Empire, was so that I could play Dune.
I mean, so let's rank that one too. So I'm going to say original game, my favorite out of all these. Dune Imperium, my second. Rex, fourth. The new one that I've only read the rules to, that's 2 to 4 player, I'm going to say third, because I don't think that it will give the same type of experiences as 3 to 5 players. You know, there's just something about a big game, right? And then finally, the Portal game. It wasn't bad. It's just here.
I mean, if you got those IPs, you might as well use them. Yeah.
So that's Dune. That's what I wanted to start talking about tonight. Have you seen the movie?
I have. I would like to see it in theaters since I think it came back, but because I missed it, and I remember watching it at home and thinking this would be really good in theater. And I don't think that for a lot of movies. I worked at a movie theater for 5 years. I don't really care about movie theaters or the experience. I have seen hundreds of movies in theaters, and now that I have to pay to see them, it's not the same. I saw all the Harry Potters in the theater before they came out or on their opening night, except for the last one, the 8th one. You know, because I worked in a movie theater for a lot of them. So, and then I got into the books and I became a wizard.
You're a lizard, Harry.
I'm a wizard. I went to Durmstrang. My problem with Rex was that it's just a reskin. And instead of collecting like spice or whatever, you're collecting like victory points. I don't know what you were collecting in Rex. And I just was like, I don't care about these tokens. I'm not, you know, and then there's the big ship that's flying around and blowing people up. And I'm like, that's kind of cool, but like, I don't care about these tokens.
Yeah, it replaced the storm. Like it for whatever reason, I think the story, the simplicity of the story of Dune is compelling. And I would agree. That's why Rex is my fourth of the 5 Dune games.
The Dune is a story that people have said is it's just the simple story of a boy who leads a jihad.
And takes spice and sees the future and okay, so that's that's what I wanted to lead with tonight. I mean, Dune.
Use the voice, Christopher.
I can't use the voice.
You can't. You haven't gone through the training.
I have not. I mean, if I was somebody in the Dune series, I would want to be an accountant stuck away
from. You don't want to be. You just want to be on Caladyne.
Yeah, I just want to be working for the Mentats, not a Mentat myself, because I don't want anybody to notice me. Because if people notice you in Dune, you die and die painfully.
And that's why I want to wear a full leather outfit so no one will see my face on Getty Prime. Yeah, just complete obscurity. No one has any idea. Now
that we've picked our characters out in the Dune universe, like I did a review of this game. I met a guy, Nick, Lexicon this summer, and they made a game called Solar Punk Futures, and it's kind of an RPG thing. It was funded by University of Wisconsin Madison Art Council and so forth. But when I did the review, I felt kind of bad because I said, "Is this even a game?" Like I don't. But they did a good job with what they were trying to do. And I was talking about in the review, like nobody actually wants to live in a Mad Max style future. That's what made me think of this. Is like nobody actually wants to live in Dune. Like even if you're the hero, things are pretty terrible for all of the heroes and their families. You just want to live vicariously through them, right? Like I don't know, maybe somebody does want to like.
I love Mad Max setting. That's my favorite.
You want to actually live in it?
I mean, I would thrive, I think, and then I'd die. Like the brightest candle burns the quickest. I've got a set of skills. And I'm an Eagle Scout. You're an Eagle Scout, right?
Yeah.
I love reestablishing this with people. But like it's all about survival. But this is like younger me, like 20-year-old aimless, upset me, where it's like, I don't fit into this society. And that's why I really like the post-apocalyptic genre, because like, I feel like I could thrive in that society because, I had problems. But it would give me purpose and meaning, because you're surviving. And I think there's something to be said about the complexities of like modern life and how overwhelming it is. But like, I'm not down with the violence. I'm just down with the survival. I was rereading David Brin's Postman, and same concept, just re-exploring some of my favorite stories of the apocalypse. It'd be a lot easier to watch the movie.
I mean, but that's my point. Is I don't know. Maybe you really do, and maybe there are people out there who want to live.
Oh no, I'd probably totally die. Just like like at childbirth or something. You know what I mean? Like nobody's going to be. No. That's no. I have like people I care about. Like I like the genre. Yeah. No. Now nowadays, like nobody would want to. I wouldn't. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would like to, a lot of vocal people. They usually have like Punisher stickers on their cars.
I think very few of the people that think that they would do well in the apocalypse would actually do well. But that's my personal opinion.
I think a lot of people in the apocalypse are also the people that think that they would do well are like very loud about it.
Yeah.
And like in the apocalypse, like I don't think being loud is, unless you like have a roving gang where you're like Lord Humongous, and then there's like a guy on a motorcycle and there's like a feral kid with the boomerang and a guy with a megaphone and thick Coke bottle glasses. And, you roll up on oil refineries.
Right.
And then that doesn't even work out well all the time. If there
nothing about that actually worked out well.
No, they got an oil tanker filled with sand.
Yeah. So on the same note, I don't actually want to live as anybody in Dune. It doesn't sound. You
don't want to be the Emperor. Oh man, Shada. What was his name? What's the Emperor's name?
Oh, it's a title. So
you're more.
we don't want to get into all this, do we?
Yeah, you're more of a Princess Irulian character. I can see that.
So no. But like Dune, for those who don't know, I think it's set 32,000 years in the future, and humanity has been colonizing the planets for a long time in that period. And there have actually been several the Padashan Emperor. There have been several empires during those different periods, and during those different empires. I mean, we don't want to get on all this for a podcast about board games, but one of those unification periods was this way of thinking about the emperor and the empire. And on that note, I really think 40K as I was thinking back through, I think 40K and BattleTech both leaned heavily on what was already written and things like that.
I mean, 40K hasn't had an original idea in 39,000 years. Speaking of Games Workshop, Christopher.
Yeah. Anything else come out? I saw some really cool dragons that people have been painting.
Oh, no. I mean, we talked about Blood Bowl previously.
Yeah.
And, on our previous podcast, I was doing pretty well in the season, and then I just would like to point out that I am the 2021 champion of the Blood Bowl League. Cleveland Crackers went all the way. Could not be stopped.
Congratulations on the win. Yeah.
Yeah. It's sometimes your dice are hot. Other times they're not. But for me, if my dice aren't hot, my opponent's dice are awful. So while it's not a dice game, I will say that at the end of the game, I said good game, and my opponent said, was it? And it's like, no, it wasn't. Like, it wasn't. It was a good, enjoyable experience. It was fun to be had. There was laughter. There was sadness. But and it's a risk management game. And in my opponent's defense, he was playing a team that he was doing very well with that is not a tier 1 or 2 team. It's a team that has a lot of risk to manage. And if you roll a 1, it's bad. So he rolled a lot of 1s, and then I just beat the snot out of him. So by the time that he stopped rolling 1s, it didn't matter. Yeah. If that makes sense. So, but
it's not a forgiving game.
Yeah. But all that being said, it's not still, the big winner, so play Blood Bowl. I'm going to be scheduling a tournament, actually, I believe, for CincyCon that I will be running. I'm not excited about, but
you're not excited about?
I don't like running tournaments. I like playing in tournaments.
Oh, fair. It's a totally different experience.
Do you want to run it?
When is CincyCon?
This would be March 5th.
Possibly. So my big news, is that I'm working on my own game, and I'm working as a game developer, and I can't say who we have because we haven't signed the contract yet, but we have somebody really cool that we're working with. I've been playing train games, Ryan. Can you believe it?
Oh man, I can't. You're not even wearing suspenders. You're wearing a flannel.
And I have more than one train game in the office with me right now. Like I have one of Amabel's older and weirder games, and I have played this one. This one is Trans-Siberian Railroad, and I've played that.
Perfect for the Christmas time. Because the orchestra plays on that, don't they?
Yeah, except if you really want things to go bankrupt and get taken over by the state, play this game.
Okay, yeah. I was just making a Trans-Siberia Orchestra joke. Everybody's favorite merge of classic and guitar. And by not classical, but that's what the name of that band was, right? That my mom loved.
Yeah, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, my 9-year-old loves him, and he pretends to play the air guitar when.
Yeah, I mean, you have to at that. It's pretty.
Right.
Oh, I just listened to Wham and Hall & Oates Christmas songs. Oh, that is a nice board, Amabel. Look at you.
Oh, it's upside down. Well, this is one of the ones.
It's a train game,
Yeah, this is one of the ones that came out from Rio Grande. So
really?
we have to. Yeah, we have to play some of these together sometime because, hopefully someday I can just announce it because it will actually happen.
It's not me. I'm not the surprise person. I don't even know. Christopher hasn't even told me, dear listener.
I can tell Ryan later on who it is, but that's a surprise. So
but he's not going to. He's going to keep it from me too. He's going to hold it over my head.
I will say this. I have been playing online and in person. I've been playing cube rail games. That's my hint there. Is that they're not 18xx games. They are cube rail games, which are quirky and faster, and I have really come to enjoy them. But most of them play 3 or more players, not 2.
The only person associated with trains that's not Amabel that I know of is John Henry. Is it John Henry?
Okay. So there was something else I was going to show you. Now I can't find it. One of the things I've been thinking about a lot lately too is Mr. Knizia. Are you a fan of Doctor? I should say is Dr. Knizia. Are you a fan of?
I don't even know if I've ever played any of his games.
Oh, really?
I mean, I might have.
This is the only one I have close is Medici, but like the other mechanic I've been exploring a lot lately is auction games, and he had Raw and shoot, I can't think of anything he did now. But
Tigris and Euphrates, right?
Yeah, because it's not out in front of me, so I can't think. So I think auctions are coming back into and what's the word? When they are
Vogue?
Vogue, yes.
Oh, that's
Vogue.
good because the game that I was working on had it's Tigris and Euphrates. He did that.
Yeah. But that one doesn't really have an auction.
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know anybody's name. So you're talking about him, and I'm like trying to remember who he is. That's just me. I have a hard time remembering my own children's names.
Sure. Well, and his big one that really set the tone for a lot of the auction games in the 90s and so forth was Modern Art, which has gotten a reprint. It is a great game. But Samurai and High Society and Loot.
Lost Cities was a good one.
Yep. All those games. And I'm really looking forward to and my boys and I liked, but this wasn't it wasn't an auction game at all. It was like area control. And actually we have a couple episodes finished, but My City, we had a good, I totally forgot about that because we had been playing it before we moved and then we packed it up and then it got put on the bottom of the stack because there's just always more games to play. But My City's really good. But Llama is, or Llama. Do you say Llama or Llama? The card.
Why would I say Llama?
Because it's a double L, and in Spanish, don't you say Llama?
Well, I'm like German. I'm just American.
I don't know.
I say Llama.
I think one of his most highly underrated games. I'm going to ask you about. I think you've played it because I think you might. No, you were nearby, but I don't think you played it.
I'm always nearby. Board
Chin,
game adjacent.
Have you played Chin?
No.
QIN?
Oh, yeah. I've seen that before.
Yeah, it's another area control. I think
you just wanted to flex that you knew how to pronounce that. That's what that was. You brought that up game just to show everybody that you didn't call it Keen. Because I had no idea how to pronounce that.
Oh, okay. No. It's just Chin. But
yeah, it's just Chin. Christopher with the pronunciations. Where was it? Barcelona? that was like 10 episodes ago.
Well, I found out about that. That was some people trying to placate a certain person. So, anyways, Chin.
I've seen it.
Yeah, is one of his most underrated games. But you can find it. You can find it fairly cheap on the used market. So.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've just been thinking about auction games a lot lately, and train games and auction games. I feel like 40 is coming up on me quickly, and that must be why my brain is just switching to auction games and train games.
I mean, Panamax is a kind of like a train game and an auction game. I guess I don't remember actually if it has auctioning. It has stocks.
Stocks, yeah. I would say that one. I feel like I haven't played it in a couple of years. I feel like it's closer to how an 18XX feels.
Your brother-in-law crushed in that game when we played it.
Well, so since you mentioned Harry Potter earlier, my brother-in-law has thought for a long time that he was a Hufflepuff.
I love the story.
Okay. And he was telling us the other day that he kept taking quizzes online to find out why they weren't putting him in a Hufflepuff. Do you know what house they kept putting him into?
Ravenclaw.
Yes, yeah, they kept putting him in Ravenclaw. So he sat down and pulled up Excel and started to make a spreadsheet of all the reasons that he should be in Hufflepuff. Then I'll just end the story right there, because
yeah. Well, if you're not familiar with housing, doing research into what house you should be in is a very Ravenclaw thing to do. So I will spoil that for anybody who's listening. That is not
right. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a spoiler. I mean, that is the joke, right? That he opened up Excel to try to figure out the problem.
I'm glad we're talking about this. So my RPG group, I don't know if they ever listen to this. If they do, they're really grinding my gears. They're really upsetting me because I've never thought that I could be any house besides Gryffindor. Like it's never been like it's never been like I could be Hufflepuff, I could be Ravenclaw, I could be Slytherin. I've always just assumed that I was Gryffindor. And they say that I'm probably Hufflepuff or not Gryffindor. And like, I am just getting really offended. I mean, I'm not like really actually offended, but it's just like, it's been so like, I took the quizzes too. I'm definitely Gryffindor, but like, I didn't even feel like I needed to take the quiz, you know? But yeah, I'm Gryffindor, right, Christopher? If you were the Sorting Hat.
If I was the Sorting Hat, I'd let you pick.
Would you do it with every kid?
With every kid? Sure.
Yeah, why not? Every kid that came through, you're just like, yeah, where do you want to go, bro?
I mean, the Sorting Hat ends up getting burned, so whatever.
Wait, so you don't think I'm Gryffindor?
What does that mean? I just said I'd let you pick.
I just want you to know, like, what house you think I am, and you're like, I'll let you pick.
Well, what house do you think I am? And then that might explain why I answered the way I did.
Are you Hufflepuff?
No.
Everybody who, what house? Are you Ravenclaw? I mean, I assume you're Ravenclaw. Are you Slytherin? Are you Gryffindor?
No, I'm Slytherin.
You're Slytherin? I don't know. I'm definitely the biased Harry Potter reader. You know, only bad people go into Slytherin. There's no like context or like multifacets of personalities. Just like crappy kids go into Slytherin.
Good brave people go into Gryffindor.
Exactly. Because I'm Gryffindor. There's no subtlety. Oh, he's nice. He's probably a Hufflepuff. Oh, he's nerdy. He's a Ravenclaw.
No, I'm Slytherin all the way because I
speak parcel tongue.
No, Slytherins value their social network very highly. To the point that sometimes they make bad choices.
Oh, you mean like Death Eaters? That's how they explained it. They see.
Well, I mean, like my thing is like Slughorn, like right. Slughorn's really smart. He's an incredibly talented wizard, and mean well, okay, thanks. What? And does he actually ever drink? What? I don't know.
Come on, that guy definitely is drunk. The whole time I read that, anyway, I was like, "This guy's drunk."
I'm not saying that I am him. I'm saying that like Slughorn is a good guy. He definitely fights against evil. He's a little bit cowardly, but he's a good guy. And at the last battle, he's in there with the rest of the good people. But there are definitely people who went through Slytherin that would be like that.
Yeah.
Snape.
You know, I hate giving so much air to Harry Potter right now with while J.K. Rowling has a Twitter.
Oh, we're not trying to sell anything Harry Potter, just to make that clear. Yeah. We're not even gonna.
Yeah. No, I just would like to point out that J.K. Yeah. I saw her tweet from like yesterday, and
I have no idea.
Rice. Anyway, okay. Sorry. Yeah, sorry for the loud cheese and rice. Just
I'll probably have to. um, uh,
Cheese and rice. Just copy that in there.
just copy that.
Just copy and paste, right? The audio.
I mean, I can somewhat.
It's simple.
It'll sound hilarious.
You know what? I'm gonna get a sound pad just so I can, when we do this, I can put obnoxious noises in.
That'd be funny. I'd be good with that. No, I don't go on social media. I have a feeling I know what you're talking about, but like, again, we're not trying to sell any Harry Potter products, but like everybody our age, late 30s, definitely read Harry Potter.
I actually read it when I worked at the movie theater. It was a big deal, and I found out about it the day before it was released. So I went over to Walden Books because those are a thing, and I picked up the first book and I read it on my lunch break, and then I finished it after work, and then I went and watched the employee run through that evening. And so I read the first book before the first movie came out.
Nice.
But it was like hours. You know, and then I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. I mean, it's like 200 pages of YYA. You know, it's not like it's.
It's like 5th grade, 4th grade reading level somewhere in there. Yeah.
So anyway, if anybody wants to play the best Harry Potter game ever, my wife and I invented it.
Okay.
It's called the Harry Potter game, and it's a party game too. It's 2 to X. And all you have to do is you have to name a Harry Potter character.
Yep.
And then the next person has to name a Harry Potter with a character within a reasonable amount of time. And this continues until someone either can't name a character or they name a character that's already been named. Then they're eliminated until the last person's standing.
And that game doesn't cost any money at all.
Yep.
And you can play it wherever you want. So cool. Did you play anything for Thanksgiving? Did you play Bez's game? I know you and I both had a long time of cutting it up and printing it out. Yeah, you played it?
Yeah, I sleeved it and I played it with my wife and my buddy Tom and Tom's kids and my kids, and AJ maybe jumped in and out. Like we had like a little table going where people were like coming in and leaving. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it.
Nice.
We tagged Seamus in. He's 4, so he was having fun with it.
That's the beautiful thing about Bez's game is that anybody can play it. Really, yeah. It's one of those games. Did you play anything else at Thanksgiving or?
My wife, for her birthday, I got her Claim 2. So we played some of that. I played Bloodbowl. We closed on our house.
Yep.
I don't expect anybody to piece any of this together. But yeah, I've just been busy. It's everybody in my house's birthdays, and I'm in the process of like doing some major repairs, and I'm just going to make a lot of excuses for why I haven't been gaming. I feel like I did game at one point, but I'm probably just making that up. Like, don't do what you
this week. Is your birthday this week?
Yeah, my birthday is in two days. 2 days.
Well, happy early birthday. I am going to put a reminder in my phone right now because in 2 days,
in 2 days, I'll deactivate my social networking tomorrow, as is my tradition. And then I've been doing that for like a decade. I just deactivate everything the day before my birthday. I find that social networking birthdays wishes are superficial, and I don't like them.
That's fair.
But anyway, yeah. So I will be 39. Wait. Yeah.
You joined me.
Right behind you, because yours was 2 months.
October.
Yeah, two months ago. That's what I said. Yeah. I was there. I wished you a happy birthday. Yeah, we'll get together. I got my not to make it political. Oh, I have a stupid tattoo too, but I got my COVID booster today, so we're all boosted.
I guess health is political now, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, I know. That was a sarcasm that I was saying, but it's also a sad truth. Yeah, man. No, I got some Blood Bowl stuff. That's mostly what I've been doing. I got a 3D printer that I'm borrowing, another one. So I'm printing some stuff off. I just started doing that. I'm doing the hobby side. You know?
Yeah.
I painted up a I'm painting up some figures for Frostgrave and some figures for Stargrave. If I ever play it, then I will say that I'll reach out to Joseph McCullough to interview him.
Okay.
But I am uncomfortable interviewing. Well, I can't say that I'm uncomfortable interviewing somebody if I haven't played their games, because I don't think I've played. Like, I think I played Carla's game. I played Carla's game. And I think that's the only person we've interviewed that I've played their game.
They had a full-on booth bigger than they had at Origins or Gen Con at PAX U out in Philly this last weekend. We're drafted. Yeah, Carla did. I was kind of surprised to see that, but I mean, it seemed like it was a really good con for a lot of people. Kind of wish I could go on, but also like
I saw some pictures and I was like, I'm glad I'm not there.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, what did you see?
I really liked it Origins, and I know like COVID's over, like it's been over for months, but I don't know. I just at Origins they were very strict about masking. And I don't know, man. Like I don't want to be a part of an event, and I don't want my kids to get sick. I still worry about it. But anyway, PAX didn't seem like they had masking.
Oh, really? All the pictures. I mean, that's what's so hard to tell, right? Is all the pictures I saw, people were, but everybody there was vaccinated too. So.
Oh, did it? Okay. So yeah. I didn't know if there was any restrictions. I just saw that I saw like one or two pictures and I was like, I don't like a lot of people aren't wearing masks in there. But then I guess like, I mean, I don't do anything, and I don't need to do anything. You know, I'm not trying to force my lifestyle onto other people. I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're good. I'm just turning off a flashlight that I accidentally turned on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just I got some Blood Bowl teams to paint up. I got to get ready for next season when the Cleveland Crackers hold on to their title.
Oh, I thought you were going to play with the new team.
No, I won some. If this sounds like a cop out, if I lost, I was going to get a new team just because I would like to play as many different teams as possible. But since I won, I got a player that plays for me. He's awful. That's my reward. But he doesn't cost me anything, so it's just an extra body.
That makes sense.
He's very bad. Like he is statted out in such a way that like he's a liability if I do too much stuff with him.
Okay.
I'm very excited. I'm going to try to make some very bad decisions with him.
It might be a lot of fun.
That's a personal goal of mine. Yeah. He has an ability to get a free foul on anybody if he knocks them down. The problem is that he has to knock them down, and he is bad at that. So I have to roll a lot of dice to get a middling effect to use this ability called Pile Driver. And I would like to try to do that every game next season until he dies. And he has a bounty on his head. So if people kill him, then people will be happy.
Yeah.
But I love it. I think it's and they printed out a character for it. Someone's painting it, and I didn't know. Nobody knew what the prize was, but that's the prize. So he will be a permanent fixture of my team until he dies.
That's fun.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I don't board game anymore.
I have played more games of Azul in the last 2 weeks than I had ever.
Were the in-laws
I love Azul. Huh?
Was it the in-laws?
No, it is on Board Game Arena now, a digital version of it. And I can get in a game in less than 15 minutes. And so I have played so many games of Azul lately. And then we've been playing some Phil Walker Harding stuff, who did like Barenpark, Gingerbread House, stuff like that. So that's what we've been up to.
Yeah, I got Studies in Sorcery in the mail. I have to read the rules still.
That's what I was going to ask you, but then I was like, he might not have played it yet, so I won't. You haven't played it yet?
No, I've got a few games that that I just haven't. I keep looking back here because that's where my games used to be, but now I've actually moved them over there. But yeah, I have games still in a shrink. I don't buy games. I don't play games. I don't even talk about it's with me and my wife. I really want her to like watch a YouTube video on how to play before we play, just so that we can kind of be on the same page with it. Yeah, and we just haven't had an opportunity. We've been watching Wheel of Time.
So I read that entire series back in the day, and I have. So what episode are you on? And
we're caught up. We're on episode 6.
Okay. I just found out that there's going to be like one more episode on like Christmas Eve, and then the season's over.
Yeah, I think it's only like 6 or 7 or 8 episodes.
Yeah, that's ridiculous because how much money they spent, like tons of money making this show.
It's only $10 million an episode. How
much?
Only 10 million.
Only 10 million. Only 10 million. Only 10. Plus, there was somebody talking on this is why I get on social media. There's somebody on Twitter who was like, they were talking about, I think, episode 2, and they were like, it looks like they just went to the what's that place that sells like
fair?
Where?
The Renaissance Festival?
No. That store, that World Market. They went to World Market and got one of their already beat up like pieces of furniture and just bought it straight from there and then put it on set. And then it looks like they just threw that on set, and then but it definitely gets better.
There was some there were some backdrops that they did, and I was like, ooh, this would be really good in a movie in 1998, you know.
Yeah.
But then I'm just not going to let that ruin my immersion. The only thing that ruins my immersion is how unenjoyable Rand is as a character. The actor's probably doing a great job.
Oh my goodness. He's supposed to be petulant, right? But
he's doing great.
Oh my gosh. Me and my wife both agree we would have became wisdoms too. Like if these are our options, Rand or celibacy. Rand. Oh gosh.
I'm a wisdom. Meet me down by the river. And by that I mean not Rand, anybody that needs like healing or wisdom.
Yeah. It's definitely he must be doing a good job, because it's definitely one of those characters that I'm like, if I met the actor, I might actually be mad at the actor in person. Or who knows? Or maybe we'll find out next time he gets hired for something, right?
Well, he'll never. These poor people. So I heard Expanse has a new season, the new season just started. I'm not ready to watch it emotionally yet. However, that does remind me that I still really want to buy the board game to not play, but
we need to get a used copy, because they're out there. There's lots of good used copies out there.
Yeah. I've heard it is a good board game.
Question mark.
I heard it. It's not. It is good. It's not great. I've heard it's good.
Yeah. I mean, that just makes me think. I wish when they had made that they had. So there's Outer Rim, which is basically like the Firefly board game, which I kind of like the Firefly board game, but it took forever.
Firefly board game was awful.
Oh, really? You didn't like it?
With the expansions, it was all right. Without the expansions, it was an unplayable mess.
I don't know that I ever played it without.
Yeah, the standalone game
forever. It took forever. Yeah,
it was a complete lack of agency slog without the expansions.
So, well, that's good to know.
Nothing like fixing your game with having people buy more stuff.
I just wish that. I don't know. I think that's part of what I like about The Expanse as a show, is that it's a better space. It's just a better space show. Like I'm speaking heresy right here, because a lot of people love Firefly, but Firefly is essentially like the
post-apocalyptic cowboys in space.
Yeah, but not just post-apocalyptic cowboys. It's the John Wayne Southern hero trope, right? Where he's an ex cavalry officer from the South, and that's basically it's like if you look at some of the John Wayne movies, that's basically what Firefly is. And
I've never seen a John Wayne movie in my life.
Okay. I've seen a lot of cowboy movies, but I like Kurosawa. We're just getting esoteric here. So I like Kurosawa.
I love Firefly. I'm getting ready for a Firefly rewatch. You know,
see, and now I spoiled it for you with my cynicism about it.
No, you didn't. But, I mean, I already knew that. It's enjoyable. I mean, I like Alan Tudyk. I've been watching Doom Patrol. That's what I've been doing instead of doing anything productive. I just finished Doom Patrol.
There you go. It's all chaos.
Yeah. Anyway, what a great podcast about board games.
Yeah, we're gonna end on this. I want to know. Here's my question that we'll end on. Which series will get a good board game first? Will there be another Expanse board game? Will there be a Wheel of Time board game? Or will there be a Doom Patrol board game?
Oh my God. It's going to be Wheel of Time.
Okay.
It's Expanse probably won't get it because while Expanse is amazing, I think it's like much more niche. You know what I mean? Like I think Expanse is probably my favorite show that I've watched in 10 years. Like I love the Expanse. But yeah, and Doom Patrol, I don't know, it's DC, like licensing and stuff.
Yeah.
I did see Gargoyles board game today. Based off the TV show.
Let's talk about. I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight, and then we did do it with. Let's just have our last episode of the season, which will be in January. I'm not going to worry about it before the holidays.
We'll just do it tomorrow.
we'll do it in January. Our last episode of the season, because we don't care about schedules. Our last episode of the season will be in January, and we're going to talk about IP games, including hopefully if we remember the Gargoyle game.
I mean, it's just I'm never going to play it. Like I'm automatically turned off by IP games, so it's going to be a lot of looks like trash, looks like trash, looks like trash. You know, here's my. Well, no, I won't say what I feel. Yeah,
about
I'm going to save it because I have an IP story where a guy told me he was a designer of a game, and he was like, they said whatever IP you want, and I named this one, and now we have this game.
I do want to know that. So save that story. That's where we'll continue next time.
I'm totally going to forget that story.
I know. We're going to forget all of this and not talk about IP games next time, even though.
Well, I mean, for people who listen to this in order, you already know.
Holy cow. Yep.
All right, well.
There is no order. We just do what we want when we want to. Yeah. Okay. See you, Ryan. Thanks for chatting.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, that's our closing noise, right?
Yep.